Acting CEO of Equestrian New South Wales. Lovely to have a little bit of time this afternoon to interview you.
Hi, Meredith. How are you?
Very well, thank you. You will be speaking and presenting at our National Health and Safety Online Conference on the 12th of July at 7 p.m. on a very, very important topic, one that I hold dear to me as a health and safety professional as well, the importance of health, safety and welfare systems, including planning, doing and reviewing to manage and mitigate our equestrian risk in our equestrian sport. So yes, a topic that I believe you are extremely well versed on. You have a very strong background in education, over 30 years of experience in supply chain management, and particularly with some high-risk industries, which has set you as a wonderful source of knowledge around risk and managing risk in organisations. I believe you're also a horse rider. You do a bit of dressage from time to time.
I do.
Yes.
Badly, but yeah.
Well, at least you're still doing it, which is wonderful. And I know that you're really committed to education of everyone in our sport around best practice health, safety and management systems. So thank you for joining me today. A couple of questions I'd like to ask you. We hear at times, Vireena, that horses are just dangerous and we can't do anything about that. In your professional experience, and would you, in high-risk industries specifically and equestrian, do you believe this is so, or do you think that we can do things better?
I think there's always an opportunity to make improvements in safety, whether it's in industry or in equestrian. I often talk to people who've been in the industry for a long time, and the things that are new in their lifetime are helmets and safety stirrups and stallion numbers and improvements in floating safety. So even in equestrian, there's been significant changes over time. You look at car safety, yes, how different it is for me now travelling in a car to when my siblings were tiny, when we sometimes didn't even strap a car seat to the back seat and hope that the baby didn't fall out. So there are always ways that we improve. And as I've gone around and spoken to clubs across New South Wales, yes, they talk to me about the changes that they've made, the things that they do every event to make sure that their athletes and their volunteers and their officials are safe.
Wonderful. So there is a continuous improvement process is what I'm hearing, and we can continue to do better. Absolutely.
And it's important that people capture what they do and understand that continuous improvement process goes forever. We're always learning. We're always trying to make things safer.
Yeah, wonderful. And will you be talking about the value of health, safety and welfare as a whole system, as opposed to, I think often we think it's just about health, it's just about safety, it's just about welfare? Because that, to me, that whole is your systems management. Will you be talking about that?
I certainly will. And it is a very holistic thing. You can't separate equestrian sport and safety. It has to surround us. It has to be something we think about before the event. It has to be something we think about during the event and after the event, is what could we do differently. So it's very, very systematic in its approach. And it shouldn't be scary for people.
Yeah. And obviously you might be talking about some tools that we can use within our sport that will form part of that continuous improvement process.
Yeah, in particular, risk assessment and risk management plans. They're two things that people will sort of throw their hands up and go, that's terrifying and I don't know how to do that. I'm trying to put some tools in place, and I know you are as well, to make it easy for clubs to document what they do. And it's quite important that they do that. If something does go wrong, you want to have your documentation there, and you want to be able to go back and say, yes, we did do the right thing.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's a word, risk, that we often use liberally. So it sounds like you will be sharing with us how we can identify risk in a practical way, but what it also means to our in equestrian sport.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, look, thank you, Vireena. You are presenting on the importance of health, safety and welfare systems, including, as you said, the planning before the event or the activity occurs, the doing and reviewing, to manage and mitigate the risks in equestrian sport. And you'll be speaking with us on the 12th of July at 7 p.m. Thank you for joining me today, and what a wonderful topic. We are going to get some of your, learned experience and knowledge. Thank you, Vireena.
You're very welcome.
See you soon.